Welcome back to the garage, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the videos from us being out in Utah, also on the Arizona Strip. That was a great time, and the record games were fantastic. Matt's Off-Road Recovery did a really nice job of putting that together for a 3-day event, and I guess they're going to do it again next year. So my advice to all you folks is, if it's something you're into and it's something you want to see, it's a great take, and I strongly suggest getting the time and going out there and doing it. Now that the traveling's over, let's get back on this pig and let's see if we can't finish this thing up and get it going. And what I'm going to do right now is, if you guys remember, I had that stud that was spinning in this hub here, so I'm going to put some weld around that right now, and should do the trick. Hopefully I'll get it to, I mean, this is cast steel, so hopefully it's good steel, and I can get some beads on that to keep it from rotating. If not, I'll have to get a new hub, but I'm going to try this first. I got the hub off. I did weld it, as you can see there, but the threads are completely gone on the screw, and I'm just going to see what one of these costs on eBay, see if I can find a used one for short money. I'm just going to replace it. I got this all taped off now. I sanded it, cleaned up a little bit, and I'm just going to throw some roll bar paint on this right now, and I just got things covered up so that we don't get overspray all over everything. So I'm going to throw some black paint on that right now. All right, we got a coat of paint on that, and it looks good. I'll let it dry, and then I'll take everything off. That's done. We're going to move to the swing arm, but not right now. I just want to show you guys that I have the Nerf bars on here. I just have one bolt in. I can always drill extra bolt holes in here. I will have to make up something to connect the two of these together, whether it be an offset piece, pipe in here with an offset piece, and then something going through there. Not a big deal. It's a pretty simple thing to fab up. I don't know if you guys can see it down here, but the Nerf bars, you really can't see it. The Nerf bars are in line with each other. If you can see it through there slightly, you can see that they're in line. But the problem that I'm having here is this foot peg right here. It seems to be down, a little bit down. It's bent down. So I need to take this foot peg off, and I need to straighten out the flange, heat it up and bend it in a vise. I need to get this foot peg back up so that it's level with this. I'm gonna do that now. All right, so the foot peg, I got the shifter off, and it's just basically a circlip, a couple of washes on this pin here. And I just want to show you guys more hardware that's not in its right spot. That bolt right there is the right one. If you look down here, that one is not the right one. It's too small, and might have the right thread, but it's not the right size. So I'll replace that. I probably have something in my screw bucket that will fit. All right, I'm gonna remove that and straighten it. I straightened out the foot peg, and everything's back on, and it doesn't look too bad. I don't know if I'm going to use them or not. I gotta wait until I put the heel guards back on just to make sure that this clears. But they are on here, and they don't look that bad. So before I go through fabricating something to make it meet the frame up front here, I'm going to wait until I get the heel guards on and then determine whether I'm going to use these or not. I know someone in the comments said go ahead and use them, but we'll see what happens. I think at this point, what I want to do is take the axle off. And boy, look at that rust on that thing. Whew. Pretty rusty. We'll clean it all up. Never sees it, although probably put grease in it. All right, let's pop this off here. There we go. All ready to paint. All right, guys, I got the swing arm all cleaned up. kind of just hanging here with this. I'm going to paint it with the same paint that I used on the front AMs, just so it'll match. As you can see there. All right, guys, here we go. They're all painted up. Looks really nice. The grab bar's all painted. That looks nice. And I also painted the hub on the rear axle, which looks really nice. All right, let's get assembling. All right, guys, let's throw the shock in. This is the shock, as you guys can see. Cleaned it all up. It looks really, really nice. And I put the shock boot on here because underneath it's still kind of cruddy looking, but this will make it look a lot better. And it's a cheap, easy way to dress up the bike, basically. And that's basically what I did. Okay, I put a little bit of red and tacky inside each grommet. All right, guys, the shock is in, and shame on me for not noticing this. Oh boy, check this out. I don't know if you guys can see it. The front here, you can really see it. Those bearings are completely shot, and the chain is never going to have the right tension on it. It's going to wear the sprockets. It risks throwing the chain, ruining the cases. The swinging on bushings need to be replaced. Well, guys, I thought we were going to assemble this and get it done, but apparently not the case. Well, that was relatively uneventful. Hopefully that axle nut's not frozen in there, or that swing arm bolt's not frozen in there. Let's give it a tap with a 2-pound hammer, see what happens. And luck would have it, the reason why, no, it is pivoting. As luck would have it. Yep. All right, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the other side and see if we can't get that thing to turn. If I get it to turn, we might be in luck. Let's see. The impact on it. It sounds to me like it's turning on the bearing, but we might get lucky. Let's try pounding that thing out again. And the reason why I put a nut on here is I don't want to damage the threads. Ooh, it's moving, thank God. Alright, I think we're in good shape. We should get this thing out. It's moving pretty good. I'm going to get a drive pin. Alright, we got lucky. So before I pull that out, swing arm's got to come off. And I'm thinking I'm going to remove it right here. Alright, I'm going to put the bolt back in there so we don't lose the cups. Alright, let's get a look at this. Let's see what we got going on here. I might have to put some more paint on this. So this is spent, so I'm probably going to order a new one of them while I got it off. And got the spacer in here. There doesn't seem to be any bearings at all on this side. Let's get this cup off. That's what's left of the needle bearings. You guys can see those. All right, so we need to get this apart. All right, it is turning. And it is coming out, which is a good sign. Wow. Take a look at that. Look at that. That's all pieces of metal that have been grinding in there for a long time. Holy cow. So, show you guys what it's supposed to look like. I don't know if you can see in there. Let me grab a light. You guys can see what that's supposed to look like in there. With the needle bearings in this side. There is nothing in there. Nothing whatsoever. Completely gone. All right, we got in the vise. I got it propped up with blocks, and I have to try to get that outer race out of there, and it's not going to be easy. I don't want to get another swing arm, so I am getting that out. Now I'm just going to use a regular chisel, and I'm just going to keep whacking away on this until I get it out of here. You guys get the idea. Alright guys, so I want to show you what I did right now. I chiseled down like a V down to the bottom there. I'm going to now use a regular screwdriver. I'm going to pop that piece of metal out of there, hopefully, and then I can collapse the rest of that outer race there, and I should be able to get that out. Anyways, this is the only way I know how to do it, and you're gonna need a bench vise, and you're gonna need to prop it up on blocks and stuff, but can be done. All right, let me get that done. It's really hard to video while I'm doing this. All right, guys, this is where I'm at, and you can see I'm slowly peeling it away. It's a long process between using heat, chisels, and small screwdrivers, and of course I broke my small screwdriver, which is fine because these are just cheap screwdrivers anyway. You should always have a set of cheapies to hammer away on stuff, so that if you break them, not a big deal. Anyways, I'm still working on this. Obviously, it's it's still in there pretty good. I'm gonna put some deep creep on here, some blaster, and I don't know. Come back when I finally get that insert out of there. All right, guys, I got it out. You can see down inside of there. So now I'll just clean this all up and prepare to install the new bearings when I get the kit. Let's pop the bearing out of the other side. What you're gonna need in order to get that bearing out of there is you're gonna need a bearing puller kit, and you can get these at Harbor Freight for short money. I advise getting yourself one of these, and it makes life easy. The first thing you want to do is you want to insert the expandable puller, and it's pretty simple. You just push it in there, and you can do this hand tight, so you get it up against the lip that's in there, but you want to make sure you're against the bearing. And I'm just gonna snug it. You don't need to kill it because it ain't gonna come off of there. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys this up front: heat is your friend. Again, heat is your friend. Use plenty of heat when you do this. Don't be afraid if you even get this swing arm cherry red, because this is a metal swing arm made out of steel, so you're not gonna hurt it. But heat it up. All right, I'm going to try, see what happens here, and I'm going to hold this because I'm afraid it's going to come out. there it is. That's how you get them out, guys. Well, I have this outside because I wire wheeled it more, and I'm gonna have to repaint this. I think I need to do some more wire wheeling in here to clean that up a little bit, which I'll do in a minute. But I just want to show you guys, you got to get the bearing surface really good, and that's the bad one. So let me show you the good one. Outside here, you can see it much better. So you can see how good the surface is in there. This is the one that came out relatively easy. Now you want to make sure that your bearing surface is very smooth and round, because when you put that needle bearing in there, it's going to take the shape of whatever that hole is, and you're going to get premature wear, or it's just not going to, it's not even going to fit. Like your shaft spacer when you put it in there, which is basically your needle bearing bushing, or your inner race, so to speak. You won't even get that through if you oblong shape. If you knock it out or oblong the needle bearing set. So this is the side that was really bad, and you can see that. Well, maybe you can't. I don't know. You can see that I did do a lot of work to it. I used a combination of files, sandpaper, and my high-speed Dremel. This high-speed Dremel, this is a Rockwell Dremel. This is used by the aerospace industry, and it's a 50,000 RPM air Dremel. Let me turn it on real quick so you guys can actually hear it. And you can use this to port heads and everything. And I bought this at a yard sale. I paid $30 for it. Brand new, these are like 300 bucks. And it is a high quality piece. And just when you guys are at yard sales and stuff and you see people with tool tables or whatever, take 5 minutes and dig through the boxes and the buckets. This was at the bottom of a Rubbermaid bin, and I scored it. I mean, I bought this for the same price you buy a cheap plastic Dremel. All right, so back to this. So like I said, I used a combination of files. I used a rat tail, I used a flat file, and I used some 120 grit sandpaper, and I got it really good. It's nice and smooth in there now. It's not perfect, but it's smooth, and I will be able to put that bearing in there and we won't have any issues. So just show you guys where we're at on this. All right, now that I got it out of the ATV, I'm gonna paint it again. I'm gonna paint the bottom, which I didn't paint before, and then I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna paint the top again. I might as well take this time to really put a good coat of paint on it. And I taped off the areas where the seals go, so not to get paint on them. My first coat's on it. Looks better already. Now again, I'm not making a show bike here. This is just for flipping purposes, and the better you make it, the quicker you sell it, and the potential you have to get the most return for your work. All right, guys, now that the swing arm is out, I got access to the back of the motor, and you can see that the back of the motor is literally covered in, I don't know, sludge. I don't know where all that grease came from. Chain maybe, I don't know. But we are gonna clean that up right now, and we'll come back and show you what it looks like. All right, guys, all cleaned up. That looks much better. Now, didn't improve the performance on this machine at all, but when you don't have all that oily grime on here, it makes the motor look better, I guess. Because if you were to look at this real close and saw that oil stuck all over it, you're gonna think it has massive oil leaks. The motor's beat, and you're gonna stay clear of it. But now that all that's gone, and you can see how nice it looks, again, it's all about the flip. Same over here, motor's all cleaned up. A lot of that stuff I can't get off. I might hit it with the wire wheel. It's baked on, it's kind of stained the aluminum. But I think a small wire wheel might get that stuff off. Actually, I'm gonna give that a shot right now. Alright guys, let's see what it looks like. See if it looks any better. And I guess it did make it look a little bit better. Not much, but I mean, this stuff is really baked on. I may hit it with the wire wheel a little bit more. I might even hit the back here with the wire wheel just to, nah, you know what? I'm not gonna. It's good enough. So I guess the answer is it did make it look a little better. But once I put the cover on here, you're not gonna see any of that anyway. So I may just dress up in here a little bit, but I probably won't. Anyway, I guess that's another way to clean up your cases while the motor's still in the machine. Put 3 coats on it. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna let this dry, flip it over, do the other side. Show you what else I got done. I wire wheeled these. These are gonna go back on. This is the old caps. I'm pretty sure I gotta reuse these caps, so I'm not gonna throw them away. They're actually fine, and I think they come with new seals. I ordered a new roller. I mean, this thing is pretty spent, so I ordered a new one of these. It was like 10 bucks. The new kit will come with a new spacer sleeve. This thing is just chewed up. I wire wheeled the chain tensioners. Those are done. These are the spacers for the axle. I wire wheeled those. I wire wheeled this to clean it up a little bit. Again, not as clean as I'd like it, but it's clean. These are the axle bolts. These hold the carrier in the axle. I wire wheeled these all up, and I am actually going to grease those really good before I put them back in so they don't get rusty again. Try to figure out what else I did off camera. So the axle's over here. It's all cleaned up. It's all ready to go in. I cleaned up the hub. I ordered a new hub for this side. Let me show you. Oh, also I wire wheeled the bracket for the brake caliper, which we will change out. It's up here right now. We will change that out and replace that. Oops, sorry. What else did I do? Oh, I also, sorry to be running around. I also wire wheeled this. Made this look really good. This is the emergency brake. I lubed it. I am going to pack this full of red and tacky. And I'm going to put it back on. I was going to buy a block off plate for the caliper, but I've spent enough money on this thing and I'm not spending any more money. So I'm just going to throw that back on. It'll be perfectly fine. What else did I do? I got to wire wheel the axle pivot bolt. Not the axle, the swing arm pivot bolt. I got to wire wheel that. Also, the hub, I ordered a new one. You guys remember, I welded that so I could get the nut off of it. The threads here are all chewed up. They're chewed up on that one. They're chewed up on that one. And that one there, I guess, is okay, but it's still a little chewed up. So I really had no choice but to buy a new hub, and a hub was 30 bucks. I ordered it. It's on its way. So we're replacing that. So every time I turn around, there's something else I have to replace. I don't want to I don't want to just throw this thing together and sell it to somebody, and then it starts throwing a chain, or throws a chain and it goes through the case. That's why I pulled the swing arm off, and I'm going to replace those, because there was an awful lot of play side to side on that axle. And with side to side play, number one, you're not going to be able to tension the chain properly, and number two, I'll guarantee this would throw a chain. It's not going to stay on there when the axle has, a good inch of play down here at the sprocket, or maybe even more. There might even be an inch and a half. So because of that, I really can't go any further. So we're going to end the video until I get the parts that I need for the swing arm, the Baron kit, and it's on order and it's on its way. So I want to thank you guys for watching, subscribing, like, share, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully we can get this thing done in a timely manner and move on to something else. Namely this, because I want to work on this and get this thing going again. I got a few other things in the queue. A subscriber wants me to work on their four-wheel drive ATV. I have another customer who's in the process of looking for a bike right now with a blown up motor. He's looking for a 250 dirt bike, and when he finds one, he wants me to rebuild it for him. Again, guys, the reason why it is beneficial for you to buy a blown up bike is because you're not buying someone else's problem. You're buying the bike, you already know what's the matter with it, it's blown up. And because it's blown up, you're getting it really cheap. Now, if you can get the bike, let's say, I don't know, let's say it's a $4,000 bike on an average retail, and you can pick that bike up for $1,500 because it needs a motor. You can literally rebuild that motor for $1,000. Now, you've got an excellent bike with a brand new motor, the whole 9 yards, and you're only into it for $2,500 and it's a $4,000 bike. And you know you can ride the heck out of that thing for the next 2 or 3 years, put tons of hours on it, tons of beat time, the whole 9 yards, and you have absolutely nothing to worry about. And then when you sell it, you're still gonna make money. So that's why people do it. That's why I do it. That's why I have people that actually buy blown up bikes and have me rebuild them for them, and then they enjoy them. And it's just good for everybody. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I guess I'll see you guys in the next video, and hopefully finish this thing up. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.